The real value of OASSN, I think, is in the collaboration groups, because that's where the work is going to get done.
In everything we do as schools, we're better together, and all having had the same conversations and the same training will be helpful in that regard.
The partnership between the Ottawa Area ISD and emergency services is very exciting. We look forward to a continued partnership.
Ottawa Area Secure School Network started around 2015. And at that time I was working on a project with the current undersheriff, and that's where we kind of formed a friendship. We started talking about security-related issues in schools. In 2017, that's where we decided to host the first summit just to see if the idea had any legs to it. And so we were able to invite Michelle Gay, who was one of the parents who lost a child in the Sandy Hook shooting a number of years ago.
It was incredibly captivating having the mother there from Sandy Hook to hear that real life story and that these things actually happen. Just that realization that we really need to do more, we really need to learn more. The network has been wonderful in that it gave us some connections.
Working from a security and safety standpoint, to come up with a streamlined way of doing safety and security practices, we would have a better idea of what was going to take place in each of the districts. And OASSN was one of those things that could bring us together to operate in the most efficient way. By coming together and having regular trainings and practicing those, we can be our best in uncertain circumstance.
When something happens in a certain area, you often need to pull resources from outside that area. So it's really important to know each other. We also don't want schools to be meeting law enforcement for a first time under a situation like this. So if something happens, they know who to call, that they know the FBI has victim services, that they know Ottawa County Sheriff's Department has that victim services response team. Ottawa County is actually the first one that I'm aware of in this area that has gone on to that exercise post-suspect and really involving the students and the teachers to know what to expect and to know what recovery might look like moving forward.
I really feel great about our reunification plan. Prior to this school year, we've been planning for reunification. We've had several different reunification sites in our community. Our crisis response team has worked really hard. We met often, and it resulted in our first real drill where all of our teachers and staff got to ride a bus to our reunification site. They got to go to every different sort of station where students will be checked in, even down to individual rooms where you're likely to be with your students here. This is where parents are going to wait. This is where we're going to bring parents and their children back together, right down to this is where they're going to exit the building. I think it gave us a lot of confidence that we have a plan in place and that we're familiar with the place.
That's what we see it as, the collaboration from not only the folks that are in the education field, but all of our partners and first responders and local law enforcement and others. We learn from each other, and we know that if something were to happen, we need to lean on each other and rely on each other. That's what sets our region apart, that we can count on one another when we need to.
OASSN has improved Holland school safety. Having resources from other people around to see what they're doing and what we can work on and improve on, and then really putting us in touch with all of the community agencies and first responders to make sure that we have a plan that's going to keep our staff and students safe.
It's been great working with OASSN. It has improved school safety at Saugatuck Public Schools by keeping an all-hazards approach to critical incident management. Has really moved a lot of our preparedness for a critical incident forward a great deal in the last couple of years.
We know we can't handle any one large-scale emergency alone. We have to rely on our partners. We know that we can pick up the phone or we can text someone and say, we need your help. All those things come together and it really brings us together, and it's a seamless effort to work together to serve our families.